to introduce the President of the United States. Please welcome his sister, Alma Obama.
Habari zenu. Hello everybody, good morning. You can't imagine how I feel being here. It's wonderful, isn't it? And guess what I've got to do? I've got to introduce somebody to you who I'm seriously honored to be allowed to introduce. I'm introducing him to you Kenyans, my fellow Kenyans, to the world, because I know they're also watching. And he's a person who's very, very dear to me, as if anybody didn't know this, you know this since Friday. He actually doesn't need an introduction, because you're not seeing him here for the first time. He's been here before. This is actually his 4th trip to Kenya. And his 4th trip to Kenya is maybe more than some of us who've gone abroad and haven't yet come back home. So that's for you guys. Keep coming home, because he managed to come here. And although he's come here in the capacity as the President of the United States of America, now giving away who it is I'm trying to introduce, and his first allegiance is to the American people, he also still continues to be very, very closely attached to us and to his Kenyan heritage. You saw that on Friday as well. In other words, contrary to popular Luo expression, we sometimes tell people, Ilal, which means you're lost, or he's lost, or Lal. My brother Barak, because that's the person I'm introducing, is not lost. Nor was he lost when he first came to Kenya. I'll tell you that because he was with me. He fits right in. Ugali, chapati, he mentioned that yesterday, mandazi, githeri, otherwise known as nyoyo, nyama choma, fish, red fish, omena. We can go on and on and on. He eats with us at multiple tables because we're a big family, as he did also on Friday, this Friday, and he celebrated family. So for that one, we give him a tick. He's done that. Yeah? But we must remember that, oh well, no, let me tell you something else. Although he's here now in another capacity, and you've seen it, I call it the presidential dressing, he's not lost to us, as I said, and he's still our familiar. And not only is he our familiar, that's my expression, because I was told, what's that? And my familiar means that something that is warm in your heart, that is close to you, because that's what he is to us. He's not just our familiar, he gets us. He gets us. You know, the chapati, nyama, all those things I listed, he gets it. Tuko pamoja, he's one of us. But we're happy to share him with the world, right? Because he's not just ours. So because of that, on the behalf of my family, in behalf of all of us as Kenyans, I want to thank the American people for trusting Barak, who's our son, to be up for what I consider, most of us would agree, is the most difficult job in the world. Thank the American people. But as I was saying as well, we mustn't forget why he's here. The main reason he's here is for work. And with that work, I have to admit that sometimes I worry about him. But I remind myself, and I want to remind all of you as well, if any of you worry about him, he told me a very long time ago that when he signed up for this job, he read the job description very, very carefully. So don't worry about him, he's fine. So in that capacity, he has come to us as the first, and I repeat, the first American president of the United States. He's visiting our country, his country. So that one, he deserves a clap for, a big clap. But standing here as his sister, it makes me think of when he first came to Kenya, the first experience. And now I'm going to go Kenyan on you. The guy slept in a camping bed behind my couch in a tiny living room in a tiny flat. That's how he came to Kenya. Yeah? So, in the words of Jeff Koinange, what a man. So, let me once again remind you why he's here. He's here for work, eh? Okay. He brought the Global Entrepreneurship Summit to us, to the continent, very, very important, to Kenya. We're hosting it, so a great, great compliment to us as Kenyans, to show us firsthand that opportunities are unlimited on this continent. Social, academic standing, limited resources, notwithstanding, opportunities are unlimited. In other words, and very significant for us, and in particular for me personally with the work that I do, poverty is no excuse. For anybody who attended the GES, you'll agree with me. In other words, we have to do it for ourselves. No matter how little you have, no matter how difficult your circumstances, you can still succeed. That is what Barack Obama stands for. That is what we must instill in our children and youth, because you are your future. You are responsible for your future. But that doesn't mean that we don't look out for each other. We must look out for each other. Look out for family. And I'll tell you from a personal experience, it's always, always worth it. Look at me. I once drove my brother from the airport in a battered Volkswagen Beetle. You all saw it on Friday. He returned the favor. 27 years later, he gave me a ride. He gave me a ride from the same airport in what is called the Beast. But do I say? So, with no further ado, please let me welcome my brother, your brother, our son, and most importantly, the President of the United States of America, Barack Hussein Obama. Karibu Barack, karibu.
Coming home, I am coming home. Check me out.